Hello and welcome to the Stress Mastery Podcast. I am your host, Peggy Romero, and I thank you for joining me today for this Saturday episode of the Stress Mastery Podcast. I love it that you guys tune in, so thanks. I want to remind you all about the Rise Up and Shift event because it's coming up soon, and I hope that you'll be attending. You won't want to miss it. We have so many things there, and it would be a shame to miss out on it. Also, the Stress Mastery community, remember, it's being revamped, and so the memberships are going to end up costing more moving forward. There'll be a lot more into it, though. So if you've considered joining us in there, please do. Now's the time. You'll be grandfathered in, so you'll continue to have access to the whole thing. So that's really exciting. So this week we've been talking about wonder, well, discovering wonder. And I find wonder in everything I see. I wonder a lot. So that's if I'm having a good day. If I'm having a bad day and I don't actually notice what's going on, it's a little hard to see all the miracles around us, right? So just because we don't see something doesn't mean that it's not there too. So you got to think about that. Anyways, life is wonderful. I mean, never a dull moment. Life is full of wonder. Life is full of all kinds of just beautiful things. And it's up to us to discover them. I mean, if we don't, we can walk around with blinders on all we want, but it's up to us to discover it. I mean, just look around us. There's so many things. They're just beautiful. They're just unexplainable. I mean, consider creation itself. Creation is worthy of wonder. Look at the creation that we live in. It's just absolutely beautiful. I'm using the word like wonderful as full of wonder, like inspiring wonder, but that's the definition I made up of wonderful. And the definition of wonder is a feeling of surprise mingled with admiration, caused by something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, or inexplicable. I mean, think about that. How does a teeny tiny seed become a plant? How is it that a bee pollinates flowers and they become flowers? How does the body recuperate and rejuvenate itself over and over again? How do we replenish 500 billion cells a day? I mean, that's like wonderful. I wonder how that happens. And what about our hearts? So it's not only an organ like the liver and lungs are. So it keeps us alive, right? But it also connects us. It connects us to creativity, to God, to intuition, to emotions. I mean, holy moly, it does so much stuff, but it's an organ. I wonder how that happens. Wow, how can that even be true? Like, I wonder, I really do. So Bill gives me the podcast this week, and he always tells us a little bit ahead what they're going to be. It's like, oh, developing wonder. And as usual, it takes me a little bit of time to think about where am I going to go with this, because Bill is always so, scientific and logical and rational. And I'm a really emotional person. So I'm never like on the same page with him. But I always try and think about, what does Bill Courtwright want me to do? So the funny thing about this one is, I wonder about everything all the time. In fact, like really everything. I wonder so much about stuff that I drive my kids nuts. So we'll be like at a restaurant and there'll be a cute young little couple over here. And I'll be like, I wonder if they're on their first date. And they're like, are you kidding, Mom? Who cares? I'm trying to tell you something. So I'll be driving down the street and I'll see somebody, like this person, young, old, all these people. Where are they all going? I wonder if there's an event up here. I wonder why there'd be young people and old people if they were all going to the same event. I wonder what it could be. Or I'll be at the airport. Oh, I wonder why that lady's traveling alone. She's dressed for business. Yeah, she's probably on a business trip. Or I wonder if maybe she's off the business trip since it's Friday and she's just going to meet some friends. Or I wonder if she's flying home after a week. I mean, who cares, right? It's just how I am. I'll be in McDonald's and wonder how many of these people are just getting a cup of coffee like I am. And then I wonder how many people just buy coffee since it's only $1. And I wonder why they haven't raised the price yet if too many people are only buying coffee. I wonder about everything. I wonder how great I will feel when I get to my goal weight finally. I wonder how many people will buy my book that's coming out. I wonder if they'll love it. I wonder if they'll tell other people about it. I wonder if they'll use it to grow and learn about themselves. I wonder how it is possible by connecting to our heart and envisioning a better life, how does that raise the energy around us? How do negative people bring energy down? How does positivity bring energy up? I mean, I wonder how many people know it's true, because I know it's true. And I really wonder about quantum physics. Like, the more positive we think, the more positivity comes to us. The better things we think about, the better things come back to us. That ripple effect, like, I know it's true, but how can it be? I wonder. Actually, I never stop wondering. I love using my imagination. I love my creativity. I love my sense of wonder and amazement over everything, big and small, like talking about McDonald's or talking about quantum physics. I don't understand all the science stuff. I'm not pretending I do. It's just like, I know that it's true because I've experienced it for myself, and I just wonder, how can that be? I don't understand it. I wonder if I'll ever stop wanting to grow and to do and to be. I can tell you for sure, I don't think so. I really doubt it, because I can't even imagine that. I have been challenging myself for my whole life. I love a good challenge. And I hope that you're challenging yourself as well, because it's so important. This is how we grow. Developing wonder is all about growth. Developing wonder is all about thinking outside the box and using your imagination. Can you imagine who you would be if you were really the person that you know you could be, the person that you really intend to be? Can you imagine the person that you'll become if you start walking into being that person, like right now, like today? Remember, what you think you create, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you become. So what do you imagine? What do you attract? What do you see for yourself? Be that person. Really, try it, because it's all true. And remember the definition I told you of wonder: a feeling of surprise mingled with admiration, caused by something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, or inexplicable. I had to practice saying that about 10 times. Well, I'm here to tell you, you guys are that something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, and inexplicable. Accept it, be it, because that's who you are. Be it, picture it, and imagine for yourself who you are. So incomprehensible is a synonymous with inexplicable. So this is funny, because I only put that in there so I wouldn't mess up inexplicable. And I said cinnamon instead. Oh my gosh. Okay, so incomprehensible. That means that we are so amazing that it's beyond our own comprehension, beyond our understanding. So how can you not be fabulous? If you are inexplicable, which you are, then picture it, be who you were created to be who you were meant to be. Just accept it. So I've been struggling with this a bit lately, and I guess I just have to accept that it's imposter syndrome. So we've learned about imposter syndrome both in the community. It's one of the lessons in there, and we also have talked about it on the podcast lots of times. Bill mentions it. So if you haven't seen the lesson, go in there and do it, because it's really good. The more that you grow, the more your ego is going to try and hold you back, is basically what it is. And it's just hard to believe that you are that fabulous and that inexplicable. So anyways, I've been struggling with this, and it's actually my lesson. You know, I've been coaching with Bill, and it's my lesson that I'm working with him. And in fact, it's the second time that I've went through the lesson. I know sometimes I'm a slow learner. So I've gone through imposter syndrome many times in my life, because I actually have reinvented myself many times, becoming the person that I'm meant to be. So I'm pretty comfortable being displaced like this. But for some reason, I wasn't expecting it to hit me right now. So I'm becoming a whole new me lately over the past few years. And I've been confidently stepping into my new identity. I feel pretty good about my role and where I'm at. I am an author. I am a speaker. I am a life coach. Like, I really am. And I'm managing all of that. But then here comes the conflict. About a week or maybe 2 weeks ago, I realized, wow, I'm officially down 50 pounds. Yes, it's taken me a couple years, because I'm just constantly up and down with it. And I don't really gain weight back, but I just stagger on losing it. So I'm like excited. I'm so happy. Like, oh my gosh, I did it. You know, 50 pounds, that's a freaking lot. And I haven't been overweight my whole life. So I just thought, okay, so Peggy isn't overweight, so I'm not going to experience this imposter syndrome. I just really figured that it wasn't going to hit me, because I'm just going back to the old me, to the real Peggy. Well, I was wrong about that, because as soon as I realized, wow, I'm officially 50 pounds down, yay, great job, I went and bought a couple new outfits, cute little outfits to celebrate myself. So then right after that, I saw my friends, and of course they could tell that my clothes were smaller. I just, looked different, or maybe it was the confident air, I'm not sure, but boom, 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 I'm getting all these compliments, and slap, self-sabotage just fell on my butt. It's like, why did I do that? Because I finally figured it out. Like I said, sometimes I'm a little bit of a slow learner. I know weight doesn't just pour off me easy like it does, like I've had friends, oh, just drink iced tea instead of pop. Okay, well, I did that like 25 years ago. Believe me, it didn't work. Or just don't eat junk food and you'll lose weight, or go for a walk. And mine's not that, but I got mine figured out. So like, I've got it. I really got it going this time. I was on a roll. I finally learned I have to stick to exactly to this diet, exactly to this eating program. And I need to drink the whole entire gallon of water every single day. I have to stay committed to doing the workout that Coach Felix taught me. I always have to walk the 10,000 steps a day. I need to get at least 7 hours of sleep a night. And if I do all of these things, my HRV soars, I feel fantastic, I lose weight, and I gain muscle. Yay, I did it. I was sticking to it every day. Ta-da, I lost weight. And then all at once it happened. Suddenly, I stopped working out every day. I have this excuse. I don't want to drive the 20 minutes to the gym. I began making excuses, and believe me, I have many. I never run out. So I stopped going to the gym consistently. I still went, but not, every day like I did. I didn't take time for my long morning walks. It's way too hot out, I'm only going to walk for 10 minutes instead of 10,000 steps. Next thing you know, I'm eating way too much on my cheat days, not drinking all my water, staying up too late. Like, damn it, I wasn't expecting things to hit me like this. And I wonder why. Why do we do things we don't want to do and say things we don't want to say? It's that stinking ego. And all I had to do, you guys, was put my guard down for just a second, and kaboom. So don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm completely out of it gaining weight or anything. I'm still eating healthy, like 80%, but why not 100? I know what I need to do. I'm not sure why. But worse than the diet, I lost my exercise groove that I was totally on. And the craziness is, I was starting to love exercise. And for sure, I love going for a walk every morning. I mean, it feels fantastic to me. It's like, it's been a habit ingrained in me. And for a long walk, like an hour. And I am really busy, but I still like, I could take an hour to do that. It sets my day. It makes me feel better. So for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years, I do my Green Focus Power Hour, which of course I didn't look on that, thank heavens. But the last of it is I do my meditation, I put my stuff down, I go for a walk for like an hour. I listen to the podcast. I talk to my friend Shelly on the phone. My hour's up. I have my steps in, and then I come back. So I know that I'll get back to it, and it is hot out, but whoop-de-doo. I mean, I do it really early in the morning. And first it started like, oh, it's still kind of dark out, so I can't go now. Oh, now I'm all wrapped up in this, so I can't go now. So there's just no excuses. Anyways, here's the deal. I'm not going to give up on myself. So I'll just have to pick myself up and start doing it again. Dust myself off, swallow my pride, and just get going again. But I have to spend time contemplating so I can mature, right? So I wonder why I did this. I want to know me better. So I have to ask, why didn't I mentally prepare myself for imposter syndrome? Like, I've coached enough and I know enough and I've helped enough people to know that I should have been prepared, that it could hit me. Not to mention I've sabotaged myself a million other times, so I know exactly what it feels like. So I probably should have felt it coming on a little bit. And I wonder why I thought this would be any different. So stepping back into the identity of that fabulous me, the me that God created me to be, I eat healthy. I love to exercise. I am whole, perfect, powerful, and strong. That is Peggy Romero. Being a slacker, not me. So I need to step back into my identity. So all this to say that developing wonder really is a great thing. And you know why? Because it keeps me asking questions. It keeps me learning more and more about myself, learning more about others, and just acknowledging and knowing more about the world that I live in. It keeps me moving and growing. It keeps my mind expanding. It keeps expanding my comfort zone. I do wonder why I do the same things over and over when they don't serve me. I have to spend my time wondering about that. I wonder how many times I'm going to make the same mistake before I stop making it. I wonder when I'll be able to completely shift and calm that ego even more. I wonder what it will be like when I'm always connected to my heart. Oh my gosh, I want to feel that. I want to be connected to God all day long. I wonder when I'll stop being so easily distracted and allowing myself to lose the focus on the things that are important to me. I wonder. So thinking all these things is terrific, right? Because it's wonderful, because it will keep you growing. It will keep you focused on your personal growth. It will keep you focused on who you want to be, on that person that God created you to be. We were all created for a purpose. If we stay there, it's easier to stay focused. It's easier to stay connected, which reminds me, you guys, go into the Stress Master community, do the purpose exercise. We'll send you all the information about the purpose and about the pendulum swing, and when you're in purpose, how you're acting, and when you're out of your purpose, how you're behaving. So it's really good. If you're not in the community, then you can go to PeggyRomero.com, no obligation. You can go in there and get it. We'll help you. So sorry about that. So being the true person that you were created to be, when you're connected to your purpose all day long, is hard work. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that piece of paper is going to just help you, but sometimes it's harder to get started than it is to actually stay in it. So just get started. And then also, speaking of living on purpose and personal growth, the thing is that sometimes people will accept you and are excited about the changes that they see in you. And sometimes people won't be excited. And I have to admit that I think most of the time people want us to stay the same, but it's not good for you. If you don't want to stay the same, then don't, right? It's your decision. I mean, the people, like, I've always felt this because my husband didn't want me to change. He loved me just how I was, and I can't blame him. I was pretty fabulous, but I was stressed out all the time. But I couldn't be mad at him or deny the fact that I was changing, and I wanted him to come with me. But if people aren't working on themselves, then they're going to stay exactly the same. And so for me, I kind of like outgrew him. I just got tired of the same thing all the time. But he was just stuck there. He was never growing. He was never exploring his emotions or his self, or actually I'd say he was never wondering what if he changed. And we all like consistency. We all like familiarity. We all like to know what to expect. I mean, of course we do. That's the easy way. That's our comfort zone. So I'm telling you that personal development and personal growth are not going to come without some sacrifice. So after all, you're releasing your old identity. You're like saying goodbye to who you were, and you're re-identifying yourself. New reality, new identity, and you're never going to be the same, because now you're choosing who you want to be. So of course you're going to choose a better person, right? A better version of you. So letting go of the ego and all those programs that were given to you, excellent, amazing, and it's going to change you. You will be the best version of yourself if you stay determined. A different person, a better person, but the same. Most likely more loving and more understanding version of yourself. And awareness is key. Awareness is a beautiful thing. Noticing what you're doing, being able to release the old programs. But that releasing of the old programs and becoming the new you does require a lot of commitment. And your new identity will probably need new friends and probably need a new support system. We're there for you in the community too. Well, hopefully your tribe will come along with you out of the valley and up the mountain, but I'm not sure that they will. And you're definitely going to upset the apple cart before they come along with you. And then there's also those snapbacks, like what I just had, and the sliding back down the mountain. That's going to happen to all of us here and there. So don't be too hard on yourself when it happens. Here's the thing though, if you start rising up and then you slide back, you're going to know for sure that you don't belong there anymore. You're not comfortable there. You never will be again. Because once you stepped out of the valley and then you slide back down into it, you'll see it no longer serves you. There's nothing for you there. It's just not where you belong anymore. So when you fall back there, you're even more unsettled than you were before you started the journey. I know it's terrible, but it's still worth it. And once you step up and out, you just can't go back. You won't want to. But in the meantime, you have the ego telling you, oh, you're hurting other people that you love by all this change. You need to stay the same. So this was the hardest part for me. When I started my climb, I was trying my hardest to figure out how to bring all my people with me, because I have people that I really love and I wanted them to come with me on the journey. And Vitality Purpose, I want to raise everybody's energy up naturally. So of course I wanted the people that I love to come with me, and some of them have, but lots of them, don't. And you can expect some to come with you, but also you can't expect everybody to want to grow just because you want to. I mean, this is your journey. It's personal. It's for you. It's not theirs. And I hope that some of your most important people will come with you, but you have to be determined to do it for yourself, because this is your life, right? So I wonder if the path to fulfillment ever gets easier. I'm not sure of that. I'll let you know when I get totally fulfilled. I wonder how far up this mountain I'm going to climb. And I wonder how many people I'll be able to help with my new ventures. I'm so excited about my book coming out. I'm so grateful that I have this podcast. I mean, I wonder if you guys listening to me right now, if this is creating a spark in you that's going to help you start your climb. I wonder. I hope so. I wonder how I'm going to feel at the end of my life when God says to me, well done, my good and faithful servant. Because my whole life, that has been my drive. That's been my purpose. That's been what I want. I just want to do what God wants me to do. So I'm really excited about the path that I'm on. And I hope that this podcast on wonder is helping you guys. And that is it for today's show. Our mission here is to create a shift in the planet. You can join us on that mission, and I hope you will, by simply like, share, and subscribe. And the links are right below the show notes. As always, until next time, stay inspired. Love you guys.